Hi guys, this is Sherman Carlos. On today's video, I'm gonna give you my rolling review of Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. So here we go, guys. I love this movie. Of course, I haven't done this. I haven't done a rolling review in a while, so that's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing it. But here we go. But here's the thing. If you want to be more precise, technically, the Temple of Doom, even though it's the second one in the franchise, in order of the movies, it's actually the first one because this one is set in 1938. 1938. And the Raiders' last arc is set in 19 during World War II. So technically, the Temple of Doom, if you want to be more campy and more nerdy, is technically the first one just by the year of 1930. Just by the year set in the movie. So here's the thing. So here's how it goes. So guys, Indy in this case is in China. Searching for the blue Buddha, the blue enchanted Buddha, with some shady characters. He's dealing with some shady characters. Actually, some classic shady characters from of China. Business shady characters of China. Obviously, he gets into a mess, and obviously there's a love interest. Which, guys, please forgive me. I don't know Indy's love interest in this second movie. Technically, the first one of the franchise. Please check me on that. But anyway, Indy gets into a mess, gets into a pickle with these businessmen, and this is where we meet his sidekick. Yes, Indy has a sidekick name. His name is Short Round, played by a young Gigi Kwan, who's famous for before the Goonies. Actually, Gigi Kwan's first film role was the Temple of Doom. So before Gigi Kwan became the lovable Data, Gigi Kwan was Short Round. But anyway, Short Round is Indy's sidekick. In the temple in this second movie, technically the first one, because obviously Indy makes great friendly connections throughout his adventures, and both Short Round and Indy and his love interest, which again, please forgive me if I can't remember her name. They get into a plane to escape these shady businessmen and their henchmen, and ironically, but in a funny way, but tragically at the same time, Indy hates flying. Indy. They commandeer a plane, a small airplane, and all three of them land very roughly in a a mystic a the jungle in a certain in India, where in Indy his love interest and short round discover this tiny but big, tiny in size but big in population, big in population of a tribe, and the chief of the tribe of this tribe says to Indy, we're missing our spiritual our spiritual idol, our spirit our spiritual idol to keep our tribe safe. So, can you please go get it for us, Mr. Indy? Indy agrees, which in turn, according to the chief, the tribal chief, this tribal chief, um, their their spiritual idol is very well hidden in the castle walls of the of the Indian of the Indian young Indian young Indian of the young prince of the region, castle of the young prince of the region. So Indy, his love interest, and short round go to the have to go to the castle and present themselves as you know tourists with the secret purpose of finding this spiritual idol for the tribe, for this tribe, and soon Indy short round his love interest discovered that indeed the the castle walls are hiding something. Are hiding something. And that something is that deep within the walls, there's a secret society of shaman that believe that are just pure that is pure evil. And the main shaman, who's again a bald person, who's bald, because I have a theory that I have this funny theory that it just came up, that I came up with thanks to Dune Part 2, that not every bald character in movies are evil, but several, but 80% that 80% of bald characters are evil. Let's look at the facts. Thanos is evil. Dr. Evil is evil. Emotep, who's the mummy, is evil because he's bald. Let's see. Lex Luthor. Yes, Lex is bald. Mark Wahlberg in Flight Risk is kind of bald, so he's evil. Anyway, guys, this bald shaman basically has an evil twisted ritual of basically, and his followers are basically doing some magic evil voodoo to the heart of his victims to their their perspective, to change their personalities. If and then if he's not evil enough, or if the victim, if his victim his, his victim is not complacent or not complying, he burns them. He the group burns them alive in a volcano, in a hidden volcano, which is also a mine. A mine. So poor Indy gets enchanted by this evil enchantment, and he starts to act like a zombie, an evil corrupt zombie, and he proceeds to basically just be mean towards Short Round. He's not himself, and to his love interest, until Short Round says, "Snap out of it, Indy. I care about you. I love you. I love you." And then Indy snaps out of it, and basically he all three of them, plus the prince who's turned back to normal thanks to short round after the prince is again corrupted by this evil shaman, all four of them, but the prince goes back to his castle alone, and he's safe. But Indy, Short Round, and his love interest have to escape by the mine, and they commandeer a mine cart, and it's a wild ride. Then the evil shaman, and his henchmen and his followers follow Indy, Short Round, and his love interest towards a big bridge, that they, the shaman and his followers, cut the rope that is holding the bridge, that is holding the bridge up, and the bridge falls, and it basically crumbles. But Indy has the wherewithal, or has the wherewithal to hold on, and is hanging very very hard with his strength and all his might, to not to fall to the pit with waterfalls. And basically the climactic part is that Indy basically pulls, or basically pulls this ball his this bald shaman to a very untasty end. And at the end of this wonderful second movie of the Indiana, of this franchise, but technically the first one. That is set in 1935. 1935. Indy, Short Round, and Indy and love interest in the movie fall in love, and Indy returns with himself alive, short round, and his love interest alive and well. But the most important thing is that Indy is able to recover and retrieve the tribe's spiritual 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 guide statue. So with that, guys, being said, so with that, guys, that's it, guys. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments first, if you want to. Did you watch this? Did you watch the Temple of Doom in its original order, which is the second one, which is the second movie, or did you go by did you go by chronological order? Meaning, did you watch the Temple of Doom first, or did you go by the old school way? Meaning the Raider. Did you go by the old school way? Meaning, did you watch the Raiders of the Last Ark first? So with that being said, guys, and let me know and also let me know in the comments if you want to as well. What was your favorite part of this movie? So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like, and with that, guys, until we adventure again, bye.